Alright. This is my Zerg compound. Um, that was our starter base. That was a solo base. We have, on the outside, we have a bunker there, a bunker there, a bunker there, a bunker there. We built these to hide, uh, to, uh, to hide rockets in, because when the cheaters come, they would raid in. So essentially, they would raid into each of these bases and get half of what they used, 8 rockets, and take 16 to get in. And we have those progressively on this side of the compound. On the other side of the compound, we have the main base, which was the 5x5. We chose a 5x5 so that we could defend it against the cheaters because it's a little easier. Then we have our garage and our farm down there, which I'll show you. On the back side, we have our mini port and our one SAM site over there, and we have our oil refinery base and an extra room that I use for building shit at the time. This is the tower. This tower is on our furnace base. I will now show you the furnace base. Alright, so as you can see, you come down here, there's pretty good peaks and angles and shit. I don't think I really need to explain what's up here. That's so we could see everybody. This is a little ledge, so you can see all of the, you can see everything from up here. It's pretty good, but against cheaters that doesn't really work too well. You come down here, another viewpoint. That's okay. Continuing on, we come out of the tower. Tower comes out into the main compound. Now we have this back base here. I want to explain what this is, but to explain I need to go on the roof of it. This base here, this is a furnace base, so I call it the Triforce furnace base. I found a video online where somebody designed it with just the cross here, and I took it and I made it much better. So there's 4 crosses. So if we come down inside of it, there are 3 crosses, not 4 crosses. Come down inside of it, just depot boxes here. If you come in here, there's furnaces, and you look up and the stuff is armored. And to do that, you build a 2x2, honeycomb it out with triangles. Well, not honeycomb, but just build the triangles, and then you build door frames or walls, and you put the triangle slanted roofs on the 12 frames around the wall, and it'll encircle it in whatever. The cool thing about this base is it has 3 bunkers on top of the 3 large furnaces, and each of these bunkers are sealed. If you don't have building access, you cannot get into them. So you can do that. As you can see, it disappears, right? And then on each side we have furnaces, bedrooms, and there's some power stuff in here too. I made the power room 32 rockets to raid because they were trying to pound into that several different times. The cheaters would come on, they would go up in these towers on top, they would glitch up there. You see there's still twig from where they were, and they would shoot out turrets and shit. And they were doing that last night. So I made this, I made a little protection system against hackers and shit, and I put it all around my compound. And what this protection system is on, I can actually do this right here. And open a bunch of garage doors with AK turrets and M2 turrets all around. Now the problem with that was they breached over here. When they breached over here, there was only these ones protecting them, and they got those right away. I guess I was offline when they hit it, and there were 2 turrets here. If I was thinking about putting a sedation here, but that would have worked. So let me just do this. Let's see. Save. Continuing on, we go in here, we have a garage. We have it. We didn't really use bases or anything like that, but we also have, you know, some little loot rooms and shit. You go upstairs. This has a bunker too, by the way, with the TC and some more power shit in, and another place to put rockets down. But we have our farm up here. This got us a ton of berries. It was perfect size, big enough. Probably rebuild it the same way when we come out here. The next base was our mini port and our well, it was supposed to be a lag switch tower, but I never had time to I never really did anything with it. But it worked decently. You could shine the lights in people's eyes and they die. Then we have another bunker here. Then moving on, I had more turrets behind here, but they got one of them. They got the one facing this way because it's the way they breached. But they left the M2 turret there. M2 turret didn't get anything. If we come over here, I'm gonna go outside for a minute. To run around the back side of the compound. We made. I built a heli garage over here for our scrap heli, because we usually keep a scrap heli because my group's so large, so we can do oil and shit. And this is it here. It's pretty nifty. Land it, fly it right in. You even have room for boxes or depot or whatever. Moving on, I'll show you the 4 bunkers over here, but I'll just briefly go into it. I put shotgun traps around to kill the hackers. So this one actually has 2 bunkers. The cheaters blew in the first time on the back and replaced the TC on that side. But the power shit's on that side for it, and it goes up into a tower with a window and a door. It's supposed to have a ladder hatch, but I never got to that. If we keep going, there's more zigzags with shotgun traps. I guess they killed the shotgun traps. But there's another one here, another bunker. And if you go this way more, I've had to make like a little type of zigzag maze here, but there's another bunker here, and keep going through the zigzags. There's another bunker here. I think that's it for the bunkers on the outside, so we can go into the inside now, and I will save my footage one more time. Is to show you the oil refinery and the 5x5. So this is oil refinery. It comes back to the 5x5 to cover TC coverage. Then I have another bunker in my bedroom. We'll go into the 5x5 now, and I will explain what's going on here. So it's just your standard 5x5 peaks on the 3rd floor. You go into the middle, there's a loot room with a couple, well, I killed all the sleeping bags here. We have beds upstairs though. We used to have our farm here, but we moved it to the other place so we would have more room for defending and shit. But, you know, we're playing against cheaters, so a lot of time we're getting demotivated. So yeah, shooting floor, right? Then we come up to the top, there's more turrets up top. Now I want to explain that it's a center 5x5 with an attached furnace base going out 8 squares, coming out 3 triangles, and going back to build the TC of the furnace base. From there you build out the triangles to overlap the TC building privilege to the 5x5, and you do that on all angles. Fuck. I'm fat, I can't jump high. Okay. So, as you can see, metal coming back to the 5x5. Metal coming back to the 5x5, or I guess that's stone. I don't know why that's stone. And on this side too. So if they raid into the 5x5 and take TC, they cannot take it over. You have to make sure your tool cupboards are code locked though. In order to take over this, they would have to raid all 5 bases. And that base right there is a good 70 rockets now, depending where they raid it from. Depending on the doors, I guess. because most likely they would just go in straight the roof, 16 rockets, and then they would have to raid all the bunkers, all the 3 bunkers, so that's another 16 each. Plus doors. So yeah. I want to explain that this was not a YouTube base. This was just a standard 5x5 we slapped down to fight cheaters at, and I incorporate other people's build tricks into my own. So that's why you might see some of the shit you see from different videos, but I don't usually build a 5x5. That furnace base that I built kind of brought this on because I knew we were going to fight cheaters. Yeah, it turned out they tried to raid us 4 times. Every time was at 3 o'clock in the morning when there was like one person on watch, or we were offline, and each time we got on and defended and killed them. On the 4th time, which was last night, I was alone. They started doing turrets and stuff, and we got them banned, and I went to sleep. And when I woke up, they had apparently the base was okay. I woke up and they had blown through there with their little raid base over there, and they came in, blew into the 5x5 and got all our shit on the inside, which is about a third of our shit, I'd say. But now we're gonna abandon the server, give away most of our shit, and go play on an admin moderated server for Christmas, so we don't have to deal with cheaters again. Because we deal with them enough. My group is a very big group. We've played for a very long time. We make a lot of enemies, even though we try not to be toxic to people. We try to keep the server healthy and keep new players coming back. But if they come and screw with us or door camp us and stuff, then they'll have to be dealt with. I mean, but that's the same for everybody, right? That's how the game works. So I hope you enjoyed my video. I hope you enjoyed my base layout. Yeah, to everyone, take care. Have a good one.